We've got sports for you now. The man Oreku Amposah has the details this afternoon, and Oreku joins us from home. Hello, Oreku. I know that COVID has given time now for some people to move here and there, signing contract and all of that. Tell us more.
Yeah, we would come to that in terms of the European contracts. Today is actually the final day for clubs to ensure that they do tie their players down and get them to sign a deal that will see them at least complete the season. But one contract that has drawn a lot of interest from the local eyes, I would describe it as Amposah, and he has taken a step closer to becoming the new CEO of Asante Kotoko. Remember, Nanaya was one of the losing candidates in the GFA presidential elections, which took place last year. And we'll be joined by Owusu Bempah of Insha FM in Kumasi as he provides us with the latest of that story. Owusu Bempah, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm Bobo.
Okay. Let me start off with this one. According to reports, what was suggested was that today the board of directors were going to meet with Nanaya Amposah and take a decision on what his future would be. What's the latest with
that? Yes, it's true that the board of directors are meeting Nanaya Amposah today in Accra this afternoon to hold talks with him about the possible of him becoming the chief executive officer of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Actually, this has been long coming. After the FA elections, Mr. George Fie was set to become the Kotoko CEO per Dr. Kwame Chey, then as the executive board chairman's recommendation. It seems George Fie was not so much available for the job. So his second option was to go in for Nanaya Amposah. So there have been meetings with Nanaya Amposah with Dr. Kwame Chey, and he proposed him to the Mensa Chief of Staff, Mr. Kofi Bedu, who also agreed to meet Nanaya Amposah in some separate meetings. Those meetings have gone on, and what I pick is that he made a very, very good impression about himself to Mensa. And today, Mensa has ordered the board of directors to meet Nanaya Amposah personally as a group, so that they could find out whether indeed what they saw in him is what the board also will see in him, and probably go on to announce him as the chief executive officer of the new Kotoko management that is about to be formed.
Okay, we know that the meeting is taking place in Accra, but how about Kumasi? What's the reaction been like from the fans and ex-Asante Kotoko footballers and all these stakeholders? What are they saying about Nanaya?
I think the main issue has to do with whether indeed is the choice of the board or is a process that is being imposed on the board. I think that's the main issue that is being discussed around the stakeholders of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And Kotoko fans remember the days of Herbert Mensah being imposed on PV Obey's board, the days of Mr. Opokunti as a general manager. Then came the lawyer Dujenfi board being imposed on him. So the general feeling you could pick is that the stakeholders of the club are asking whether wouldn't Mensa allow the board hold their own meetings, propose their own policy direction, and look at and go on to appoint their own chief executive officer? Is it prudent again for Mensa to impose someone like Nana Amposah on the board? And should they go on to appoint him, would there not be any conflict of wrestle of power as both will be coming from Mensa itself? That has been a general discussion. It has been a misfeeling, and everybody is waiting for the big news.
Okay, you did mention a conflict in the wrestle of power, but there's also been another conflict in the interest of especially the fans. And rumors has it that Nanaya Amposah is actually a Hearts of Oak fan, and we know the rivalry between the two clubs. Does that really matter, and would that really affect him in his plight to become the new CEO of Kotoko?
Yes, for a typical Kotoko fan, it will matter because it will then will bring some sort of unrest within the Kotoko supporters to know that the person who is in charge of their club as the CEO is a House of Oak fan. And I've seen a lot of House of Oak fans also trying to give evidence that yes, Nanaya Amposah is a known House of Oak fan. So yes, there's an undertone to that discussion whether indeed Nanaya Amposah is a House of Oak fan, and if indeed it's established that he is a House of Oak fan, Kotoko supporters don't seem to be too comfortable giving a House of Oak fan the chief executive officer job. But for the others who also think that, look, let's look at his competence and what he brings on board to the job. And if he can do it, we had Roman Abramovich get Peter Kenyon from Manchester United to become the chief executive officer of Chelsea Football Club. So it's all about competence and what he has to offer. And the board should be trusted to make the best decision in terms of his competence. And if he's good to go, why not? Let's give him the opportunity to turn the fortunes of the club.
Okay, quickly, Owusu, before you do leave us, I want your personal opinion on this. If Nana Amposah is appointed, he will have a 3-year mandate to try and put Kotoko back in the light. What do you make of him? Do you think he can really do this?
I'm someone who wants to give people opportunity. I think it will be a very, very good opportunity for Nana Amposah. Looking at his views and what he has in him to impact the football world. I think Kotoko will be a big step for him. You have the opportunity using a big club to make the statement that, look, I'm a big boy in the industry. I can affect the industry positively. And if is it that you think I'm not ready to be the FA president, I'll use Kotoko to make that statement for everyone to know. I think, yes, I would have looked for a more corporate person, someone who will come and look more into the corporate structure of Amposah and Kotoko, have a lot of business strategies to raise money for the club, to do whatever the manager has asked the board and the club to go in the next phase. But if Nana Amposah is being given the opportunity, I think it's a big step for him. We will have to support him to succeed. And it offers him the audition job for him to show the whole world what he can do at a big level. And Kotoko obviously is a bigger platform.
Okay, thank you very much, Owusu Bempah, for joining us. Yes, so that was Owusu Bempah of Insure FM, and he provided insight as to what the latest is with Nana Amposah being linked with that CEO role. What he did mention is that the board of directors are currently meeting in Accra with Nana Amposah to see whether he can be the man for the job. We'll be providing you with the latest updates of that meeting on all our social media handles as well as our online platform, and we'll be bringing you that as well on our later sports bulletin. But that wraps it up for the sports segment here. My name is Oreku Amposah, and remember to stay safe.
Thank you very much, Oreku, for bringing us sport, and it's now time for news on the international front.